Happy December, everyone! In the spirit of this season, this month we are covering the truest gospel from a galaxy far, far away. Thanks to Rogue One coming out December 16th, it's Canon Star Wars month. And what better way to celebrate the canon than by covering the best canon ongoing comic right now that wasn't ongoing. So massive spoilers for the 2015 Darth Vader comic incoming. You've been warned. On with the show! Book 1, Vader, Part 6. Darth Vader now officially squares off against the cyborgs, with Silo 5 narrating about each one's special attributes to Emperor Palpatine. Basically, it's a great sales pitch showcasing what he can do now and with more funding later. We've got the Astarte twins, who are awesome at lightsaber combat, especially working together and being brainwashed with basically Heil Palpatine, and even flamethrowers built in. A Trandoshan who cannot feel pain because he is able to be programmed to feel only what is desired by the programmer. A cool scientist that has her consciousness distributed among many droids to be controlled by her brain, and then there's a Mon Calamari with a body designed to be a love letter to General Grievous. Only the Trandoshan is killed before Palpatine ends the fight, but it's not Vader that kills him, but Morit, the male Astarte twin. Vader will remember that Morit took a life that was Vader's to take. Vader leaves with Palpatine and they have a full-blown argument. Palpatine is pleased that Vader is showing initiative with his own army, but the rule of two is about the apprentice becoming stronger than the master, and so far Palpatine has no faith in Vader. Seriously, how the hell does this relationship last for another, 4 years? Granted, I can't complain since I was in a decade-long relationship that was very similar to this. Moving on. Vader storms off, and Aphra is on the ship loaded up with weapons, ready to come help him, but Vader is in no mood for this, so they leave immediately. On their way back, Aphra tells him that Boba Fett has sent a message about him learning the identity of the X-Wing pilot that shot him down. Later aboard what I assume is the Annihilator, there could easily be the Archangel, I suppose, or even his Nubian ship. Boba Fett meets with Vader. He lost the boy, but he did get his name, Skywalker. Vader says nothing, just stares into the void of space, and Boba Fett leaves. He then stares at the legion of Star Destroyers in front of him. He flashes to memories of Padme telling him she's pregnant, of Darth Sidious saying that Vader killed her in anger. He clenches his fist as the window in front of him begins to crack. He barks for Palpatine to get onto the holographic Skype system that holds the universe together. Palpatine's all, "I sense you mad, bro." But Vader doesn't go into the rant that you can sense is brewing in him. He kneels and says that he knows precisely what their relationship is. Yeah, that's all he's got to say before hanging up. However, now he's got the righteous anger back. Not just that his son will be his, but it will all be his. So that's the big revelation that ends this issue. Let's start with the top, shall we? We get the full rundown of Vader's replacements, which I hope means they'll be popping up more, but at the same time I hope that this doesn't mean that the rest of this series is going to be Vader versus these guys on a galactic scale. Actually, I'll drop a theory now that I know won't become anything, but I really hope that the group of replacements will grow or at least be a prototype for what would become the Knights of Ren. It'd be just a neat notion that the Knights are based off of a, well, we don't need an apprentice mindset, which seems to be how Snoke is running. Now, while I trust the story group knows who the Knights are, and generally what the future holds for the franchise, I don't think something that pivotal, even if it is just a precursor group, would be in the comics. I'm just hoping that it'd be something like an inspiration why Snoke isn't running a strict rule of two system. Granted, we also don't even see him running a rule of one system or a rule of two system. He seems to just be playing it by ear, and we know that he's, air quote, officially not a Sith. Either way, next on the big board is the fact that Palpatine literally spells out how little faith he has in Anakin as his apprentice. The anger and force that he showed to become Darth Vader has seemed to stagnate. So Palpatine, wanting a truly ruthless fist, regardless of the ceremony, went the technological route, skipping the human element as it were. But the ending of this issue is what it's all about. And warning, I get super long-winded here. Vader finally learns that the Skywalker name continues and that he has a son. It's such a powerful ender to the first trait of this series, culminating not in a strict confrontation between Palpatine and Vader, but him finally becoming resolute in his future. It's actually something that raised by the prequel trilogy, and I'm glad was led into the Disney canon. The main canon following Our Little Orphan Annie has basically been the movies and the Clone Wars show, which really does paint a very perfect picture of who Anakin Skywalker is, and not in a, he's going to fall to the dark side way, but showing that he's brash and arrogant and angry with an edge. Then Revenge of the Sith makes his fall to the dark side not about him being evil or wanting true power, but rather made it about a last resort to save Padme by any means necessary. And then his frustration coming to light with the Jedi. While there is a lot we can't say that happened in the 19 years between Revenge and A New Hope, Rebels shows us, at least in some way, Annie needs the front line and a mission to stay somewhat dedicated to his master. So in this comic, now that the Empire does have a firm footing and there's not a lot of front line left, we're seeing a Vader who's growing stagnant and losing the fire that keeps him in a Sith mindset. But that ending just ignites him the fervor again with a new zeal and mission. So up for grabs on that entire rant. Am I overthinking a damn good series so far? Most likely, yeah. But tomorrow we continue into Book 2 of the Darth Vader series with Shadows and Secrets. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you agree or disagree with me, or just want to add your own comments, theories, or criticisms, leave a comment below. Don't forget to check out my other channels, ComicSins and The Archivist, links on screen. I also want to give a huge shout out to Star Wars Explained and Star Wars Theory. I may be talking about my views on Darth Vader comics this month, but both of these channels have been spectacular when dealing with the whole of Star Wars, both canon and legends. Links also on screen. And finally, my credits song is lifted from Taylor Davis's epic Star Wars medley. Check out her channel where she plays some epic violin. And as always, stay golden, Inklings.